Here we go. Number one, how to get a man to do what you want him to do. Number one, you need to ask him more than once. Asking a man to do something once is like never having asked him to do it at all. Why is that? Men are always in such a take mode. We're constantly take. We compete taking. We're in business taking. We're just take. We're just in this take mode. And all of a sudden, his wife will say to him, honey, will you do such and such for me? And his left brain says to his right brain, you hear something? His right brain goes, nope. It takes more than once to get through to the boy. Now, a lot of women, they think that, that their husband, they're holding out on him. That we are sitting there intentionally not doing what he asked us to do, just because we're full of hate. But I promise you, when you asked it, it went in one ear, spun around his nothing box, and shot out the other one. And he's doesn't remember jack about what you said. Now, when I was first studying this, I thought, this can't possibly be true. This has got to be inaccurate, because I'm married to a woman who has no problem asking me more than once. She said, honey, will you do such and such for me? I go, no. Come on, sweetheart, do this for me. No. She says, come on. She's got the thing, she pats my cheeks. You're such a good husband. Do this thing for me. Okay, and then I do it. So when I was first reading this, that they were saying women only like to ask one time, I thought that can't possibly be true. And I remember I was in a church in Green Bay, Wisconsin at the time. I was one of several pastors at a large church there. And I before service started, I thought, I'm going to ask some ladies, because this can't possibly be right. So I quick came up to a lady. I said, let me ask you a question. She said, yeah. I said, do you have a hard time getting your husband to do stuff for you? She goes, Pastor, you have no idea. She says, I asked that man to paint the ceiling. That was back in October. It's March. He doesn't do it. He walks in every day. Just, she's just getting mad telling me about it, okay? And I said, okay. I get it. But let me ask you a question. Because remember, I want to prove what I just been reading wrong. I said, let me ask you a question. How many times did you ask him to do it? And she stared at me like a dog at a new dish. She said, once. I was stunned. I says, why wouldn't you ask him more than once? She says, I shouldn't have to. I said, you might want to try that. I got away from her. Went to another woman. I said, come here. And she says, what? I said, let me ask you a question. Do you have a hard time getting your husband to do stuff for you? She says, Pastor, you have no idea. She says, I will ask my husband, honey, put away the laundry, and I'll stick it right in the middle of the living room. And he didn't do it. He just walks over the top of it. He just walks around it. It'll sit there for a month. And she asked me with all seriousness, she said, Pastor, can't men see laundry? I said, yeah, we can see it. Just doesn't mean a whole lot to us. So she's just getting angry, just tell me about it. So I said, okay, yeah, I get it. But let me ask you a question. How many times did you ask him to do it? And that same startled look. Once. I was amazed. I said, once? Why wouldn't you ask more than once? I shouldn't have to. Time was running out, church was going to start, and I grabbed another lady real quick. I said, come here. She says, what? She said, do you have a hard time getting your husband to do stuff for you? She says, Pastor, you have no... Apparently I'm a complete idiot because I have no ideas. But, yeah, I have no idea. And she goes on to start living out the horrible transgressions of her idiot husband. And I asked the same question. Okay. But how many times did you ask him to do it? Once. I said, why? Why wouldn't you ask more than once? She says, I shouldn't have to. Ladies, are you listening to me? You have to.